purpose embedded in my chest. I can't leave home without my bulletproof vest. Killing myself for the perfect honeymoon. Fighting with scorpions tied round my neck. I hear the pitter-patter of a killer on the loose. Children use their fingers instead of words. Crosses burn on temples on Slaughter Avenue. It takes too much time for me to say I refuse. Time is digging graves for the chosen few. Children dig the graves of me and you. Describe the illness, I'll describe the cure. Start your 2-day life on a 2-day vacation. Describe the illness, I'll describe the cure. Start your 2-day life on a 2-day vacation. Spiritual crap going for my ribs. Those gangsters toting guns are shooting spikes in my wrist. Children use their fingers instead of words. Fingers bury children under the boards. I can die 1,000 times, but I'll always be here with the powder skull, secrets of forgotten years. The hasten nooses turn to bloodstained tears. My hands are the killers that confirm my fears. Jesus, won't you touch me? Come into my heart. Where the hell are you? When the fire starts, I'm using my fingers instead of words. I'm using my fingers instead of words. Of the Father to reduce the gates of hell. The everyborn at my discretion starting to swell. I'm setting 22 tables for the funeral feast. Satan is by far the kindest.
This is a lovely song from the movie Cabaret. And if anyone knows, please join in. It's called Tomorrow Belongs to Me. Sanama cradle is summery warm. The stag in the forest is free. But gather together to greet the storm. Tomorrow belongs to me. The branch of the linden is leafy and green. The rag gets down to the sea. But somewhere a glory awaits unseen. Tomorrow belongs to me. The babe in the cradle is closing his eyes. The blossom embraces the bee. But soon as a whisper arise, arise, tomorrow belongs to me. Oh, fatherland, show us a sign. A shame that is waited to see. The morning will come when the world is mine. Tomorrow belongs, tomorrow belongs, tomorrow belongs to me. Oh, fatherland, show us a sign. The children have waited to see. The moment will when the world is mine, tomorrow belongs, tomorrow belongs, tomorrow belongs to me. Tomorrow belongs, tomorrow belongs, tomorrow belongs to me. Tomorrow belongs, tomorrow belongs, tomorrow belongs to me. Left
you. My name is Dave. I am a Williams. I may not be the Williams you want, or the Williams you need, but I'm here. Rozz and I had a brief friendship and collaborative relationship in the mid-90s, I guess 2 years worth. We did a Notorious concert in Philadelphia in 1996. And that was one of my arrangements of the Christian Death song that we did during the show. I have some more Rozz-related events coming up, and hope you will indulge some of my own music as well tonight, as we open up for this. I open up for this great poetry event that Zach and Jenny have put together. Pardon if I've forgotten anyone else in that list. That's an old song. This is probably my newest song called What If the Sun?
Either way, it's cold now.
Poetry Night, people have looked into that at all. You know, he's a big fan of the early 20th century poets, including Curious Williams, who he claimed he took his pseudonym from when he went from Larry Painter to the man we know and knew. This is another poet from that era, an American named Wallace Stevens, and this is perfect for this weather. This is The Emperor of Ice Cream. Call the roller of a big cigar, the muscular one and big whip, in kitchen cups, concupiscent curves, let the wenches dawdle in such dress as they are used to wear, and let the boys bring flowers in last month's newspaper. Let the leave now the only emperor is the emperor of ice Curious tidbit, the last time I played that, it was at an open mic at a Catholic artist retreat that I attended at a seminary on Long Island. I went for the lectures and quiet time and meditation, etc. But at the end, yeah, they had a open mic for anybody there who happened to be a musician. I was like, what the heck am I going to play? So I got away with Wallace Stevens because I guess he was a convert, deathbed convert at the end of his life. And also the word concupiscent is in the song, which has something to do with the human proclivity towards sin. So, fitting for a Rozz Williams evening too, probably. So next we have urine, gasoline, and champagne. You know what they are? They're 3 brown liquids. First is urine, I splash it on my face. consecrate my failure. Second is petrol, I pour on my head to ignite. The third is champagne, a chalice shared by my enemies. The chalice is poison, the chalice is poison. I watch the fellows falling forward. Thank you. Let's go back to a little bit of danceable karaoke. This is about an unusual doctor. He's a problematic practitioner. What he is the Curious Pediatrician. Thanks. So not much else to say about this song, but I did have a partner passed away from cancer about 20 years ago, and I was there at the end, and this is kind of about that. Or perhaps very specifically about that. Here comes the cold narrator who watched you die at 6:45, the night of May 17. Like a fish out of water, you tried to breathe. I mean like a fish, quite literally, with the puffings and the puffing cheeks. They tell me you felt no pain. It was verified in a pamphlet they Here comes the cold narrator. You're on the west, it's in the drawer where it goes. They tell me to throw it away, with the coffee grounds and the shattered eggs, fabric that touch, the sex in your shit. I'll bang on the street for the homeless to take. I promise you no fucking way. But when will I see you again? So when the cold narrator into your garden to pull out the weeds, the perennials you planted were under siege. None of them survived. 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 Thank you. Here's one that's maybe a little more upbeat. You might be able to sing and dance along. It's called I May Be a Rat, but You Are the Sinking Ship. issue of discipline. Let's start an illusion with hand and pen. Query the words and start again. Accept the gift of sin. The gift of pleasure is breathing to smother the words. Four walls drained dry of all imagination. Crying out to be told to stand still. Crying out to be told to stand still. The price of red death is the price of true love. The night of red death are the night of true love. The price of red death is the price of true love. The night of red death are the night of true love. The black wind jumps through my skin. The king of hearts is waiting. Closer to home, someone shooting outside. I should have been retreat. Another moving target. More blood on your supplies. More blood on the price of red death. Getting you to the wall. Getting you to the Spanish mistake. Getting you to the wall. Getting you to the wall. Getting you to the Spanish mistake. Getting you to the wall. 3 shots ring out to sleep. Who wants to play Roman soldier that lives inside of me? Very honest. What do you see? What do you see? My secret fear, you know. I sit home after myself. I sit made love myself. Got blood on my hands. I got blood on your hands. I got blood on my hands. Got blood on your hands. Blood on your hands. Blood on your hands. Blood. 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 I don't know if anybody has that Accepted Gifts of Sin CD. There was also a bootleg out that was mostly on YouTube, I guess. This was one song that we had chosen for it, but one of mine that Rozz liked a lot, but we really screwed it up, so I kind of kept it off the official release. But I guess it's out there if people want to hear it. It's called Sandra Lindsey.
Sandra Lindsey, where you going with that gallon of gasoline? Pour it down now.
Well, Roz and I both shared an interest in eroticizing the horrors of the Second World War. This was my own contribution to the canon. No pun. This was probably Rozz's favorite song of mine, and we did it that show. He enjoyed it so much that he took a fairly innocuous German word and translated it into English in what was generally considered a universally offensive manner. But this is a beautiful brown-shirted man.
Like when you burn a beautiful
I would like to invite up Zach Shaw. Oh, there you are. I'm right here, don't worry. Zach Shaw. Oh. Oh.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you all so much for being here.
Yeah, Wednesday. Okay.
Hello. Oh, wow, that's really loud. Okay. Thank you all so much for being here this evening. Tonight, we're here to celebrate the life and art of Rozz Williams. So I asked David to be my support act tonight, and he was gracious enough to say yes, because of course this year we celebrate 30 years of his performance with Rozz. And of course, in turn, because he likes to keep me on my toes, he asked me to do the song with him, and I thought, no, there's no way I'm worthy. But then I thought, fuck it, I'll do it. Because this is actually the song that got me into Rozz's work. And I want you all to know that you're about to be part of Rozz history. Because this is the first time this Rozz song has been played live in 30 fucking years.
I don't know if he ever played it live before he and I did either, so.
No, he didn't. This was only played live once, as a matter of fact. So this is the first time in 30 years this has been played live, and you guys get to witness it right here at Main Drag in Brooklyn, fucking New York, guys. Come on. So we're gonna take it back to the early 90s, all right? This song is called Mindfuck. David, take it away. Put your money on the table, bastard, where the autopsy is performed. This is the plug him into the wall. Fist up his ass! A torture of no more questions filling up his hollow. And he has, among other things, been decapitated. A permanent loss of flesh. Solid metal stripping off his body. Solid metal stripping off his skin! Made him feel dirty. But yet, sure. And every perversion is perpetrated by mankind. And what did you expect? Brighter skies, meat with the body removed, impossible to reach, forearms, unlimited painful. Weakness is indirect violence. His legs have been spread wide apart over the bottom of the sharp motivations for killing. No way for you to deny jail, pain, refuge, drop, go home in different parts, torn muscles in the point of contact. This will be a long time. Information and truths are effective victory. It's time to cut off the hearts of the world! Police time. Counting. Cause midlife. A horrible sight to see, but at the same time. Contrast. The ordinary thing. The ordinary world. I'm loaded with my own tribe. In this box where I lay. Bastards! Beasts! Mindfuckers! External thought contains aggression. No danger. I am locked into a sexual frenzy, organized as a matter of fact by the rape of intelligence. And I am not expected to survive. Of course not. God damn! God damn! God damn! God damn! Now, all is quiet. Young blood mints. you. Everybody give a hand for Mr. David Rose for coming out tonight. He's got a few more for you.
I didn't learn the 10cc songs. Sorry. I'll just do a couple of nicer ones to soften us up for the robust poetry. This is called I'm in Love with the Ambulance Driver. Poetry reading will be up very, very soon. Tip your bartenders. They might also be your show organizer and promoter without you knowing it.
Hello everyone, William Faith here. I'm glad you were able to make this event for the book. And What About the Bells by Rozz Williams and Ryan Wildstar, and hosted by Zach Shaw. It's a fantastic book, and I hope you have a copy and are able to enjoy Rozz's poetry as curated by Ryan and put together with a lot of love and respect. And full props to Ryan and Zach for putting this event together and asking me to say a few words about our beloved Rozz. About my relationship with him, I used to see Rozz around at clubs back in the 80s and in various guises, Christian death, premature ejaculations and the like. And we were sort of on punk rock nod terms. It was always kind of like a wave or a how's it going kind of thing from a distance. And a few words here and there. I used to speak with him at Zombie Zoo or the Crypt when I would see him out, just in passing really. I don't think I really got to know him until we went on tour together with Mephisto Waltz and Shadow Project. I was in Mephisto Waltz at the time and he was doing Shadow Project, and we went to Germany together for what was ultimately a ill-fated tour. Only 2 shows out of 6 happened and the tour fell apart, etc. But during that time there was a lot of bonding. We got along famously. Stephen Gray, my drummer, and I were getting on so well with most of Shadow Project that when we got back from that tour in August of '92, Rozz and Eva invited us out to Eva's parents' house out in Las Vegas, and then at that point we were invited to perform on the Christian Death albums and then go on tour with Shadow Project, and that began that whole odyssey. And during that time we were obviously in very close quarters, very tight socially, and kind of on top of each other, so it was a very concentrated and condensed sort of time, but we got to know each other fairly well during that time and developed a creative relationship that was amazing and really, really fruitful. The thing that I think doesn't get talked about enough with Rozz is his sense of humor. The thing that I recall most when I think of him is that he was one of the funniest people I've ever met in my life. We spent most of our time laughing. Rozz was fond of just carrying on in every conceivable way. I remember him and Jill Emery competing for the best Lily Tomlin impression on the tour bus in Germany, and just all manner of hilarity. Everything was funny. Everything was humorous. The only time we were serious was when we went on stage, and even that was not always the case. I can remember in Portland, Oregon, on the Shadow Project Dreams for the Dying tour, we were sitting backstage, just Rozz and I at that point, and the others were running around doing things, and so it was just the 2 of us in this very cramped, tiny backstage room, not much bigger than this room, and there was a rusted out 10-speed bike leaning up against the wall. And at this point we were completely dolled up, all our hair and makeup in full grandeur, and I looked at the 10-speed and we were kind of just poking fun, laughing about it. And Rozz said I should ride that out on stage. And I looked at him and said, "You wouldn't." And then he looked and said, "Are you daring me?" And I said, "Yes." And so he said, "Get somebody to take it from me and I'll do it." And at this point, mind you, Rozz is wearing a full red velvet Victorian gown, like this full dress, and with huge stiletto heels. And so I said, "Deal." I walked out and I went up to my friend Eric and I said, "Hey, can you take this bike if Rozz rides us out on stage?" He said, yeah, sure. And so I went backstage and said, yeah, it's ready. This guy, Eric, will take it from you. He says, okay. So we went on stage and started Zane to People, which had this very long intro, and Rozz would kind of do his walk on a little bit into the song. And sure enough, the bike was so completely rusted out, the chain was hanging off it, you couldn't pedal it. But Rozz sat atop the bike and walked it out, like with his feet sort of just dragging the thing, making this big spooky face as he did it. And I doubled over. I had to, bend at the waist and just die laughing while this was going on so that people couldn't see me laugh. So my hair was in my face. But he carried it off and made it look like it was part of the show. And Eric took the bike, and there you have it. Anybody that was there at SatiriCon that night may remember that. But there was stuff like that all the time. Everything was humorous. Everything was funny. But at the same time, I will say that creatively and in terms of just the stage relationship that we had, that was hugely special to me. Performing with him was unlike anything else. The man was absolutely electric on stage, very captivating. He had the it factor in spades, and anyone who had ever gotten to see him live knows exactly what I'm talking about. But being on stage and sharing that with him was a very rare and treasured experience for me, so I remember that fondly. Beyond that, as to the book, you guys are at the event. Ryan and Zach have put all this together, so I encourage you to pick up a copy of And What About the Bells, enjoy it, get to know a lot more about the man, the myth, the legend, in his words, in his poetry, and have a great time. All the love.
Hello, New York, and welcome to this evening. I'm Ryan Wildstar, the editor of And What About the Bells by Rozz Williams. And I wish I could be with you all tonight. So honored to have you all come for this auspicious evening. But I'm here in Athens, Greece. It's very hot, as you can see. I'm in my t-shirt, my short sleeve shirt. But I know you're gonna have a wonderful, wonderful evening with your hosts, Zach Shaw and the inimitable David E. Williams. I know they're gonna take care of you. You're gonna hear great poetry. And I really thank you all for joining us tonight to celebrate the poetry of Rozz Williams. It's an honor for me. And before you get your evening started, I thought I would read some of my favorite poems from the book, share some poems that are very personal to me, touch me deeply. Not that they all didn't, but these were very particularly poignant for me. So without further ado, I'm going to read you 4 poems. The first poem is called He Traveler. He Traveler. We are travelers. Destination, desecration, and silk stockings. We move, light and flight. Christopher, he traveler, buttoned my fly and packed my bags, built a hotel and called it freedom. Camouflage is mere instinct. Christopher, he traveler, buttoned my fly and packed my bags. We stopped to rest in the desert and drank from amber pottery. He built a hotel called Freedom. In each room was a white cot, a bowl of fresh wine to wash our hands in, a military helmet and a gun. The air is getting thin. We travelers, destination, we move, light and flight. Christopher, he traveler, buttoned my fly and packed my bags, built a hotel called Freedom. Christopher, he soldier. This one's called Velvet Touch, for Ryan. In the shadow of sorrows, open thine eyes to me. I'm not begging, merely asking. Dear brother, hello, it's me. I feel that we've been blinded. I feel that we've been sleeping. Dear brother, I lay weeping, torn from your velvet touch. In the shadow of sorrows, I cast a line to thee. Strong arm, can you take it? Take it to the place that we should be? Hello, it's me. Hello, it's me. In the shadow of sorrows, I shall greet thee. But at the gate, I fear that I've misplaced the key. Still hoping someday to be free, I ask in passing, oh, I'm merely asking, when can we share a velvet touch? As the passing of shadows, our love will flower, grown up around us, between us, believe me. As rough as hearts that bleed, in the shadows we are born, alone. Embrace this weathered tome. Dear brother, don't you know that it's just me? Open thine eyes and share a lasting touch. In the shadow of sorrows, I cast a line to thee. Strong arm, can you take it? Take it to the place that we should be? Hello, it's me. Hello, it's me. This poem is called The Fiddle Played On While Burning, for Eric Christidis, 1997. No love lost, forgotten at any cost. This dream will never fade. Raid the gates of heaven, and love shall meet you there. Wings, my child, wings always belong to you. The fiddle played on while burning. There is more like it left in the bowl, a mouthful, soon to be sick, this servant of God, crying and known to fulfill insolent tempers, a city in which we live dreams, triumph on the back of this steer, climb higher. Let the sun shine down on them, let the sun shine down on them, as all mortals perish. Sleep in peace. We are amateurs. Water in your hands. And the last piece I would like to read for you is the title of the book. Also a great line from one of Rozz's songs, which you may know. The poem is the original piece that was turned into a song, and the poem is called "And What About the Bells?" And what about the bells? Like the moon, she's holding hands with age, vanity cracked in her arms, China doll. Who can tell her the lies that she wants to hear? Who can carry on? Halfway there, she comes to steal my meaning. She comes to steal the bitter taste. Where on this floor we dream, and in these dreams we drown. The bed travels farther to set our hands free. Left on the edge, I slept a lot in Paris, but then again on land. But now I sleep on ladders. I'm so afraid to fall. And what about the bells? Thank you so much. Enjoy the book. Buy the book. There's a lot of beautiful pieces in it that you're going to hear tonight. There's also a very long interview of Zach Shaw interviewing me about my life with Rozz and our adventures together, and many, many stories that will make you laugh and some that will make you cry. So anyway, I wish you a beautiful evening tonight. Enjoy the rest of your evening, and thank you so much for being there. Mwah.
Life in winter. A man was sitting there in a wooden chair at a plain wooden table with his back to the door, wearing a derby. Changing his shape, he raised his eyes masked by green. Looking like the bloody host itself, he sat up in bed. The image was as compelling and as childish as a pie in the face. His pulse racing, his ears throbbing, he threw out his darkness as all the choir boys moaned and fell over. Pants were dust-covered and stained. Earlier in the evening, she'd stood before the mirror, learned how tenuous is the life of the soul, now mute, spent, re-entering her sanctuary. The silence and the darkness stole back up the cellar stairs and waited. Held hands, snake dance in a chain, clinging to each other's costumes, painted peach or pink or chartreuse. Then I was awake, trying to fall asleep again. My head and shoulders loomed overhead. Fire that hovered over every disciple in that upper room burned my fingers, spinning devils of snow. They can't even see me. The haven's sick minds lusted after the blood of men, melting and disfiguring the image, tugging them down by the wings into a bed of violets. Plantation houses, costumes, dresses rose from my ribs and hands were tied. Stare at his raw hands. Eyes cupped his hands behind his back. The ballerina tried to bite his hand. Exotic punishment. It happens in half sleep, his rejection by the mother he conjures up. He rejects the surrender of his will. You walk like you're 100 years old, and I suppose that means that I should go with you. Just the two of us left, dearie, he said aloud. Follow me into the trophy room. Look there, I whispered. Figures are focusing on you, looking at you. The ice becomes disfigured, rough. It's always cold when you sleep in the snow.
Monks and professors, pedants and rogues, lovers of gold, misers and cut purses, virile women and effeminate men. They spent their time writing footnotes and engaging in controversy. And often, an ordinary spanking with a leather belt would do them just fine. The hero was the cowpoke Christ who rides into town lonely and obscured. Their guide and guard, flagrant acts of brutality, sense of the unknown tongue and the terrors and the dangers that he, from the days of a lifetime, made the handkerchief red. Someone was going to kill him and raise a chuckle. I couldn't remember God when he was drunk like that. An artist should never apologize and never explain. Thank you, everyone. I'm going to pass the microphone to David. He's going to read a couple for you now.
Untitled. The man has come and gone, aroused my photographic memory. Loaded the intellectuals, his lubricated straight list inflicts the vocal dead. Beat, beat. Impossible leaps soften the surrounding view. Leaps upon his eulogy to the bullets that rip through his side. Like fire under whores. Insect smiling eyes project rain. Lays against his teeth. The accosted prey. The injured prey. Africa's girl lost the beat. The spirit has broken. The spirit is closed. The veil of the temple was the veil of fear. The ghost priest cometh with ashes. The breastplate be sober and the body be preserved for the brother of low degree. In the new moon of Egypt we shall be saved and clothed with bread and hatred. Let the heavens roar out of the hands of the wicked, that he should be arrayed in the fine linens of distress. I should not be moved into the heavens, but with one in the city of glass. Skull, skull, house and sword, cry out for the Son of Man. Jesus is a shell of egg, fragile King of the Jews and the keeper of time. But there is a new creature. He has communion with darkness and light. He, destroyer of time. He is the oak of pleasure, the center of despair and the messenger of hope. He is sleep. As for me, I am the dream.
This next one is called Premature Ejaculation, so it's only fitting that I dedicate it to my friend Chuck Hollison from Premature Ejaculation. The realization of death before birth, the conscious dream, the violence of beauty, and the result of that dream. The realization that not only is performance a sequence of dreams, but that life through death is of one's mind to succeed or to fail. Through this performance we are set free, freedom being the capability to use the whole mind, the reality of subconsciousness, the most premature of all ejaculations. Tear the cage from your skull, take aim, and fire.
This is nothing. Bring me a voice different from the others, a cruel smile with strong legs, emblazoned with scabs and ink, a world I merely enter as wanderer, an adult guiding the child on its first step, hands ready to shut at the first uncertain move, no wasted moments on the clock. In direct conveyance of divine power, insomniac moon, and my exhausted darling sleeps with unconscious hand upon me. Red roses signifying love, hate, and aphids. I can feel the twisting black strength of my head, with swollen belly and dead eyes, which at night shatter hidden light into colored crystal fragments. I'm in an atmosphere of imitation luxury. I look sadly at those transparent hands and quickly get out of bed, too easy to turn to heaven. Whenever we lose what delighted us on earth, for death interests only the dead, and I am of that future planet. Here's another untitled. Like the moon, she bathes her hair in a river of light. Beauty held in her arms like a doll. Like the night, she wears a strange face as dark as the sun. Night is a changeling, cast out the morning. She sits in rows of summer gardens, breeding hosts of burning angels, ashes to the minds of strangers. But love hides there for me.
So this is one I recently put back into my set list for the tour. The book came out in 2023, and we had a book launch in Athens, Greece. I wasn't able to go, but I read 2 poems virtually, pre-recorded, and they were screened at the event. And this is one of those poems that's a personal favorite of mine from the book. And I'd like to dedicate this to all of you. This one's called Beauty as Word. Beauty blinds me, sickens me so that I empty my belly. Pit to vulgarity, for beauty like disease spreads. Grows like a tumor in the breast of pleasure, is accepted like a cursed crown on the head of a corpse, splayed in its most precious jewels. Beauty is false on a liar's tongue. Only in truth does it unfold in the pages of my dreams, where it becomes more beautiful than the words scrawled on the face of a star. So this next one is going to conclude our first set. This is one David and I are going to do together. It's broken up into a few different sections. And when we were promoting this event, I promised there'd be some surprises. This is one of several in the set list tonight that have never been read publicly, so you guys are the first ones to hear this one read live. This one is called The Gallery of Rivals. Breathing. The absence of heads, shattered, peeling, tumid bellies turned upward. He can hear it falling flat. The facial features have literally been erased, dozens of them in shreds and tatters. Once more the sun is at his back, unaware that he is searching, lips eagerly seeking his open doorways like a moist, sour tongue. A weakness in the wall, configuration of teeth, the circle of glaring illumination.
In blue hearts, beating hearts, pumping of the hand, the rail, he was overcome by a vile smell and collapsed with matted yellow hair in a kind of half-dream. I made drawings of his head in a phallic stone tower, a premonition of disaster glowing red on white and throwing out occasional spurts of flame. A gallery of rivals, spiral marks found in rock. And even the ocean doesn't look the same. All has been burned, bruised, tracked in borrowed time. 23 men, all interested in second-hand sex, stripped his skin away, opening him up like a can of sardines. We are completely lost in needlepoint illusion. There are 2 rows of windows, a circle of flare coming down from the sky. I've always had a dislike for this stone.
Voices. He lays back in the bed and pressed his face into the crook of his arm with a luxurious melancholy. He felt gouts of meat torn from his limbs, the corners of lips flaking off like mica, freezing wind congealing sweat on his skin. He was wet. How did you hurt your hands? God. My arm slid around the icy tree, a rattle in his hand, and I ate the leaves. My feet stood still for so long. Unbroken sleep pulled from my chest, the white world in massive black shadows. Saliva, mouth, and throat dried, pierced my eyes. He became a priest and showed me his palm, reprimanded me with a cross. Looking into the dark room, I watched my body crack without fear. Pale eyes and disturbing neatness, and me in his mouth. Man was wounded in a German oven, strapped to my hip. A finger accused me. He dropped his monk's habit in one gluttonous orgasm. He laments. Exhausted by pleasure, his executor prayed and rubbed my eyes with his soul. Thank you, everybody. That's going to include our first set. So now we're going to go in a little bit of a video intermission. I have a montage of some of Rozz's closest friends and collaborators that you may know. They recorded these videos for the book launch in Athens, Greece a few years ago, but I thought you guys would enjoy seeing them. So we're going to go into that. Thank you all so much, and I hope you enjoy it.
There's no sound or meaning. The world is dead. A ghost of nightmarish reality. Prepare for the violent new orbit that spins in the shadows of one human eye. Unused limbs, the sight of things missing. I would like to shake off the maddening limitations of time and space and sanity, so that all the rules of matter and perspective remain hinged and perish. I might even choose to walk the hellish track of the living dead. Perhaps they alone have conquered the secret I search for. A dying man aware of his approaching death is perhaps the only man truly living. Why I surround myself with symbols of death.
Desperate Ritual. Desperate ritual, careless words, death must be a whisper away. Understanding sickness, we chose a method of attack by seduction. Those seduced are surely placid souls, our own shadows. By definition, I could explain my loss as a loss of expression. 7 years bad luck. Each time I pass the mirror, I fear the man behind the mask. Careless ritual, desperate words, death is but a whisper away.
Cavity, ashes and hot earth, dead person's spirit. There is no pleasure spot in bondage. I've been there for 10 years, unseated, performed as a tea party, never ending. I can't help staring, mouth to mouth, roasted on the spot. The rest you can find in newspapers, garbage. Despite what you may have heard, people get killed.
Untitled. Silently I rest a glance upon your furrowed brow, and I know somehow that this will take us where we need to go. Past alleyways and lonely roads that seem to overflow with venom, rich in fury, broken hearts that bleed with seeds of pain that we've already sown. And I'm but a player who has been dealt a vicious hand. All the cards are marked in favor of some other fortunate man. I've been playing at the same old game for I don't know how long. But if you would come and save me, I could write another song.
I'm Delmar Richardson, heralding from Barcelona, Spain. I'd like to thank Ryan and Ryan for tapping me on the shoulder to read some of the works of Rozz Williams. And one particular piece stood out to me, one that was available. I'd like to say that Rozz and I both had different paths, which did not cross often, but when they did, when I was with him, he was someone who paid attention to me in a way that made me feel like I was inviting him into my world. And I think to myself, how the fuck do you do that? And I don't wonder about it anymore. So I would especially like to thank Rozz, wherever he is, everywhere, for writing this piece that I'm going to recite, well, read. I hope you enjoy it as much as I do.
Saw dust. He had changed his teeth. Lips off. Spit on the floor. Arranged features into a bored mask. Strands of hair waving. And preservative. Massive front doors, always open, knee-deep in iris, and blood red, the fold of his eyes. He awoke that night, crying out, knowing his life was in danger. Wild-eyed, his face filled with frenzy. What is it like to be dead? Fugitive tremors ran through his limbs, bloated face and mouthpiece, torso shrank, twisted. He draws a breath, voices his thought, low as a sea urchin, a near empty terminal, devoid of life. Voice, oddly disjointed, invokes the unknown men. Un grattacielo tenuto assai bassa, da una corona di bayonetta. Black, in endless pacing. A little cry of pain. Was he born a widow? Walking with us now? Disemboweled remains of jackal and of child. A mind hung in echo. Wide eyes. Saw dust.
Soul of dirt. An awakening of chaos through the womb. My brain against a wall, against my will. In the heat of sleep and lives lost too soon, I lament. Twisted mind, soul of dirt, tears hidden within dull content. A voice echoes through the land of mind fear. Hope will soon fall. Wasted fingers torn from fear, beating the retreat. Unconscious recognition of the ego. Mother, fucker. At last the tongue achieves the dialect. Now we may speak in knowing pinpricks. We who know the lingo, logos, screw you all. Me and I, and any ear that hears it. There is no time for eternity.
In the other flesh, inscriptions of blood desperately attempt to disclose the truth, bearing the heart of our downfall. Roaring gods of pleasure flowered with greatness shall have no end. Their eyes are directed toward the flame. And the world of spirit, good and evil balanced, no longer need for dark secrets. Spoken tongues which are forked, that shall be torn from the mouth of lies. This vision shall become reality in the mind of a diamond, divided from a society of shame. So before I do this next one, I'd just like to say something to you guys. So, I've been on the road for a few years now, I've been all over the country. The first time I did an event like this, I did it for about 15 people at a small club in Maine. And if you had told me those years ago that I would be in New York of all places, I would have thought you were fucking crazy. So thank you guys so much for coming out tonight. I love you all. Thank you so much. Thank you. So I want to do something for David. He doesn't know I'm going to do this. Yeah. So I have these and What About the Bells t-shirts. These are not for sale anywhere. I only give these to people that I work with, especially Rozz's companions. So David, I'd like to give this to you as a thank you. He did the show for free tonight, guys. He's not getting paid for this. Though I will say, in the spirit of getting paid, I was talking to David, and we've been playing this event for about a year now, and I asked David to come out back in, I think, January or February, and I was asking about the Accept the Gift of Sin album, and he said that he was promised a rate of $2 per album sale. Now, I bought mine secondhand, and I said, David, I'll give you $2 when I see you, so here's your $2. Thank you for your contribution. I appreciate you. Well, here's the other. Oh, go ahead.
I was just going to say, Zach has a real passion about this that you don't see often with too many people with any other subject on earth. So he put this book together. He did the interview with Ryan. Actually, as great as Rozz's poetry is, the first half of the book, which is the back and forth between Zach and Ryan, is pretty interesting insight into Rozz's life at that period. So thank you. Give it up once again.
I think you guys need to give yourselves a round of applause because I couldn't be able to do this without you guys. I mean, seriously, I really thought 3 people were going to show up tonight. Really, I didn't know that as many people were going to be here. So thank you all so much. And thank your mother for coming out here. And I'll say one more thing, I mean, these shirts aren't for sale at my merch table, but I bought a couple, so I thought, why don't I just throw them to random people in the crowd? I've got a couple here. So let's see. I'll give one to you. And don't fight over those guys, come on, it's not worth it, okay? Don't fight over those.
Fill around.
So as a special thank you for you guys, I'm going to read another one that's never been read live before. I actually went to college for film, and I did have a career in filmmaking for a long time. I was an actor, a director, and this one's called Introduction to Film. Introduction to Film. The end of the world is come and gone. No question of morality can arouse me like the answer to immortality, the deerskin cycle. John joins the homosexuals in a lubricated knot. Snake dance initiations on needles of stone. He walks languidly into the cool white room and puts himself in a victim's place. Concrete surroundings view modern Rome, a point of mythology. Low, guttural voice introduces split scenery, loss of blood, and insect illusions. Climbing endless twilight of people in this ocean of birth, that one day settles rain, hangs over cactus, the $60 men. Privileged bellies work against urgent windows, and we escape the smell of thick heads. There's no escape. Night skies are a permanent sight. Most of the boys punish the workers with their heads, not their hands. Pouring hot black tar on their cheeks, a ghostly white cream, seemingly primitive routines. Reversed wives go 7 days a week, drunk milk whorehouses, dance replica flies. Hello, I can't hear you. I'm fine, but I can't hear you. Courting Mexican sailors hidden in bags. He pays monthly to choke strangers. Mud floors allow half-hour breaks. Lonely moments spent amid written wisdom. Good moral, evil intention. Sitting alone atop the camera lens. Plunge curve with distant feet into pipe. A vast labyrinth of jagged shards. The artist. Beauty claws serve exhausted prey and strange brothers. Can you get me skin quick and lethal bones? The horns remain Ethiopian. Africa grows in dry grasslands. Small human herds look for the other half of mannequins, stone virgins, prematurely ripe. Hungry soul hunters find the film industry as their palms get hard.
Gone to waste. A body cannot control its tour of erotic duty, an embrace of comfortable illusion. These discoveries have left their mark, deeply disturbing the soul. The burial site of ties that bind to turn to an aggressor, killing sharp focus with sleepless nights. His lungs must be shared. Without walls, he is helpless in birth, a starfish left stranded to die. Man is a symbol, smooth stainless steel lost in a dizzying fall. Yet I need more landscape, heavy makeup and wrappings, sympathy unmoved. I am not ashamed of my future. Sexual distractions, I love on crutches, and dead. For what it's worth, between poems, this was my favorite while practicing. And it's called Mild Aphrodisiac with Pitted Cherries. The crocodiles file by so slow and whisper in the ear of a rose, who snaps photographs of the ocean in the gray morning of Centaurians. Those who say we are nothing more than God's creation have no noses to speak of, and will live with the ostrich in heaven's sand. But the xylophone will sing at the prisoner's ball and waltz with zebras in the intimate streets of desire. For the convict only dances when let loose on the world.
This next one became one of my favorite songs in Catastrophe Ballet. This one is called Heat. Once in a lifetime, once every moment, he stood in the doorways. He stood over there. His point of view was fever on a thread of light. My point of view was shaken. He took my mind. All clocks misunderstood him. Illusions shattered slightly. My cigarette was taken slowly. The simple walk that fooled him built language high. He kept our mouths shut, tight and peeled. Somewhere in hunger he slept aloud. I asked what dream starvation. He gave me his mind. We will not stay forever. We will not stay forever. His dreams dream dreams for me. It's 3 inches between here and there. He left my body breaking backs. His heat betrays me, keeping distance between cures. He lays his head dumb on my mouth, experiments. He's breathing. held out on land, proof that I am dreaming. His bed and I need dreaming. Left in the dark we breathe, and these covers keep us warm. The day will disappear. Talk just can't last forever in this room. Somewhere in hunger we slept aloud, brought out of June's starvation. He stayed behind. I will not stay forever. I will not stay forever. His dreams dream dreams of me. He's cruel, and so am I. I will drift away and I will say nothing as I died, just where I want to be with my hands missing. Now I'm left on my own and I can see forever, plan out another lifetime, remember murder. Know what it means to grow old and know how it feels to change the color of your skin. My dreams sleep out loud.
Nobody told us. In the realm of the dead, nobody told us. No, nobody told us. Who could have warned us, save those thrown before us? And I guess we will never know. How could we ever show faint strength and sorrow? Brother, I don't know. Does it spite you? Does it show faint strength and sorrow? We are together yet divided against a frail bridge. Uncrossed we are united. In crossing, do we loose the key?
This next one was actually not on the set list, but I decided to add it in at the last minute because it's just so great. Does anybody here own an album called The Horse's Mouth by any chance? You know, it's so great. Usually when I go to places, I have like one or two people say yes, so thank you. I appreciate your enthusiasm. I'm not even going to tell you the title of this one. You're going to know exactly what it is. This was written by Rozz and Ryan, because this year we're celebrating 30 years of that album. Hemispheric energy, channeling out from 1,000 different directions. The feeling cannot be held down long enough to rape, but when felt, may burrow through your skeleton instantaneously, all at once making you aware of the whirlpool of atoms keeping the world in motion. A world tossed into monstrous chaotic waves, obscured by its own shadow. No light in these dimensions of phosphorus brain fear. No clear vision of hope or redemption. Eyes torn away by savage mental battles. A war carried on in endless blindness and cruelty. Weaklings cannot survive on a wave of nothing for long without some help. And the rest is gesture, congested feeling, and an unwillingness to resist temptation. A man of many faces was father of temptation. All at once guided, yet guarded. There has been no attempt to conceal the outcome. It shall be swift and ruthless, the pain sharp and full circle. The world in which we suffer now may seem a pleasant memory. Recall, smash through cages of non-being, but alone lives inside a creature. Fold and regather your feathers. A ruffled plume does nothing for the soul of crying winters. Die, disengage, dissolve into the recesses from whence you spewed, and wrestle the golden monkey of the dawn. I feel like doing another one that's never been run live before. You guys are getting the most live day views of any other stop on this book tour, by the way. You guys are really lucky, so. Shanti. Dramatic example, and mounds of others. By noon, they're docile sharp with rubbery teeth. Management as long as patient care. 5.5 years unheard as prosecutors. You have fire guts of rank speculation and rumor. Fight and fight until you win. Dream about the fox to gnaw new sand on shores of vulture. From bricklayer to makeup artist, a funeral parlor of oral history. Head flash, a smile, no more damned vision of the future. In cross-cultural distress, internal turmoil of large, staring eyes, buried and splattered abstract paint, and distorted curvature of vanity, surgery. Fall prey to the insidious side, to the droning chant. I have begun to decompose, having broken my vow of silence. Ugly side openings, high voltage hate and love. Later on it will be too late, too late. Still alive in the incidents of torture, basements of the infamous No, come with paper covers, strangely sweet, anchored days. Thank you both of you, I appreciate that. So this is one that I have only done once before. William Faith and I did an event in Chicago last year, and we did the live debut of this out there. I would normally put this in my set, but it's the longest one of the book. But David's here, and I'm so appreciative of him driving out from Philadelphia to be here tonight. So we're going to do this one together. This one is called Green World. House of Flames. Nation on fire, compose Latin. The principle is this. Start with nothing and end up with nothing but your best foot backwards. Complications in green world, the fire is out. You can see it all in definite structures built of rain. Night marches on and will be stopped by the likes of you, tired and old. Mothers spit forth the truth about distant relatives, distant reaching miles. If you look closely at the scribblings of a 10-year-old, you'll find lies.
Stacking bodies vertically. Scratch, scratch, strip me bare. Leave me twisted on your mother's bed. The fact that you hate men is only a splintered phrase. 5 more minutes and we'll all be dead. I left you hanging in a closet, the smell of pureness torn clear of life. Flesh to bone is a Puritan process. Touch, touch before the fall. And now there's ashes and hot earth. I can't help but to stare mouth to mouth, roasted on the spot. The rest you can find in the newspapers. Garbage. Pig mouth, it is fire. Poetry kills all aspects of life. Drops a boy's shirt for Lent. What can I give his chest strapped inside? Escape in the boxes of old clothing? Junk pile cobwebs and poor lighting. Crawling Catholic hands. Brave fixes are doing time. Hypnotic crabs pick off bits of his thighs. It hurts to be selected nightmares, scratching up their sleeves, aching to drag myself through mud for 20 or 30 more years. 3 knives sleep on his cheek. I saw blue, amazing.
Desert nausea. Dry mouth monotone. The desert is full and the stomach is not. We step off and away from the floor. Dirt swept, we shiver with our hearts in our hands. Push aside the disciplinary, the wayward bitch and her brother. We need only to spit and vomit to become whole again. Yet there are still restrictions binding our genitals, harder and harder to kill. Inside stay the slivers of courage, alone, building houses of hatred. 3 minutes left on the clock. No one is caught for buried oceans with sand. We're breathing too deep and too long. The lungs are full and the mind is not. How honest, nausea, the wrath of the gods one after the other on a desert leading down. Desert nausea, dry mouth, ocean floors.
The final curtain. Ripped from the hands of thieves, martyrs and funeral flowers. My sin-filled hands hold no reason for prayer. They light from the base, they come alone. Handsome ridges melt, thin, prodding savor eats away at the flesh. This time harder and harder to beat the flies, the damp syphilis, the drain. I accept and announce my addiction. Fever brings responsibilities, the responsibilities of insulin. Dark pride and happiness. The fork ran away with the spoon and left me to clean up. Just once a captivating audience. The injection wasn't right. Too little and too much. As easier way to capture my thoughts. The responsibilities of reason are none.
Jesus in my enemy's soul. Filth, let me touch filth. Impossible relief. I wait for death. No more rotted corpse or death language. I grow tired, scar-face. Vomit through my veins. For you? Scream why? Is bleeding not enough? From you, no suffering. My tears scream too loud for your ears. Shut, always sickened. You show no mercy in passing. Don't drag glass eyes to my funeral. I'm dying alone. No longer the life of a martyr. I cannot allow myself plays at Christ. No war was ever meant to be fought. No war exists. Soldier of life, the pain you've inflicted on my arms, I will try hair for no one. Shit eaten is thrown. My feet leave burial grinding stone. My eyes catch the stench of you. Please leave your cross in the flood. I beg, alone.
Murder of menstruation. Constantly agonized by the court, innocence motions to the hammer, fall down spitting, no, menstrual influences. He had brought bedding and stones for the last 50. Standing at the end of bone railings, hair, makeup, stare, blank wall, blank expression, face of sticks and stones. White lace and tar, form and gunpowder. Newest observation being that children are capable of murder. Blank face of a child who's seen death angel. I could only wish for such ecstasy. Smiling, I jump over the edge, curling shiny metal hair around my finger. Practitioners, ovens of deception, shadow play with razor window, tall, dark, and thin. Reptilian women, the paintings I can't resist. Throwing mirrors at mirrors shatters something I can't forget. Tribal masks attempt the skeleton kiss. Take position, 100 paintings in slip. Red, black, red, black, red. Back to spaces. If I am not explaining myself clearly, I am explaining you. Clearly reproduced photographs, erected monuments. Country doctor slicing through steel. He does not recognize the 6 corners. House full of corpses. Recognition is far worse than death. Angel raises a beckoning finger. Specters fall back in horror. Some hold on, others split the ground with convulsions. Undesirable language. White, death, black, death, red, death. Relax, the word. Relax, have another drink, he said. Relax, it'll be over soon, he said. Relax, this is only the beginning, he said. Relax, you've died before, he said. Last words.
So guys, normally this would be the end of the show, but I don't know. David, do you think these guys have deserved maybe like 3 more Rozz poems? Do you think? I don't know if they will. I think they're done. I don't think they want us to do that. I mean, unless you guys like really scream loud enough for Rozz to hear you, maybe we'll do a couple more, you know? Alright, fine, you guys are good, okay? We'll do 3 more, but that's it. Then we're done, alright? So don't ask for more after that. So this one, I've actually never read this one live before. This one hasn't been read in front of a live audience since 2010, when the original version of this book came out. This is actually the first of Rozz's poems I ever read, I ever heard, and it's always stuck with me. And when I told Ron I want to add this into my set, he gave me his blessing, because he's the only one that's read this one live. And I think it's apropos for today's world. Untitled. There's a lot of them untitled, if you can't tell. We are allowing ourselves to lie to ourselves and others every minute of our lives. We are allowing time to be stolen from us. Every moment stolen is a lie. Seems pointless, doesn't it? We are wasting our time with entertainment, with media, with overwhelming oppression of our molded everyday lives. Molds which we have cast and allow ourselves to hold on to for dear life. We do not play. We do not participate. We do not move. We lay stagnant and lifeless. We are digging our own graves with smiles on our faces. We are burning ourselves with the poisons of reality. You have a head. Use it. Our bodies are made for movement, yet we lay paralyzed. Crutches must be destroyed, no longer needed. Another day, another hour, minutes pass. Laughter should, and is capable of, ringing, tearing through the walls we have assembled around us. Someday, someday. I want David to read probably the darkest poem of the entire book. So, those of you that might not handle it, please vacate the premises now. Brace yourselves, because this is really...
Honestly, brace.
Please, take a breath.
This is called Beyond Eternal Edge of the Fish Gutters. Most times I feel like a goat amongst hogs.
That's it. When Ryan and I were working on the book, he sent me the galleys and we were editing it, and I said, listen, what the fuck does that mean? And he looks at me and he goes, stop thinking so hard. You're thinking too much into it. He goes, Zach, it doesn't mean anything. Does someone say it again? Most times I feel like a goat amongst hogs. So, this is the last poem we're going to do tonight. We'll have a few words to say after this one, so... But this is the last poem in the book, and that's the same reason why it's the last poem that I read when I do this live. You know, Rozz was someone that was uncomfortable in his own body, and I urge those of you with negative thoughts to please seek help. You're all beloved. Seriously, if you need help, it's out there. Okay, please. You know, we've all been touched by suicide in some way, shape, or form. And this is one that Rozz wrote about his desire to leave this plane of existence and go on to somewhere else. The last poem of the night is called Ether of Night. It seems as if I've been on this road for years, my guide nearly 6 feet deep. But life goes on in present-day disorder, delirium, and chronic lunacy. A man's body is tortured and a theme of death emerges, innate and predestined, disguised as a choice. This image, neither human nor inhuman, shaped like wax in a mold of what it is not, is that of someone I cannot identify because he is so close to me. I am motionless in this sequence, a silent witness to old dreams and dying hope. Sweet dreams will soon be mine, whispering my forgotten name in violet evening skies. No longer earthbound, but withdrawn, taking it all away, like breath across a lighted candle. And I ask myself, what holds me back? Eyes blazing with fierce, savage innocence, in other words, bloodlust, a pantomime of abject fear. And I think this only happens in dreams. There must be no outcry that might betray me. And I think, when I think of myself, that my thought seeks the ether of night, eternal shadows, far from this numb body and the price of its unfolding. And I think all I want is out of here. So, we'd like to thank you all so much for coming out tonight. This was actually the first properly ticketed event where you guys are here specifically for this event. So this is really our first headliner show. And this is the first time David and I have played together on stage. So I hope you guys enjoyed him and enjoyed us doing the poetry. So in the back over there, David's got a table of merch. I've got a limited number of books for sale. They all come with a Rozz tarot card. David and I will sign them for you if you'd like us to. David, do you have anything to say before we wrap up here? I feel like you do. I don't want to put you on the spot. If you don't want to talk, it's fine.
No, I really appreciate coming out. I don't really have a lot to say. I mean, I loved Rozz. We had the gig together. I also should mention, I went out there on vacation once. I hung out with Rozz and Eric, and that was kind of a wild time. I'm pretty square compared to a lot of things that were going on out there, but no, it's great 30 years later that his memory lives on, not only in this great, post-punk, gothic, rock and roll legend that he was, but also in the written word. And his visual art actually deserves more coverage.
Absolutely, yes.
And I guess since I was sort of forced at the mic here, I will say one thing about having played as a musician behind Rozz. I did recently just say the word rock star, and it kind of seems silly in this context since he's held in sort of a higher regard respect-wise, but you definitely knew it was something different playing behind him. I've been in a lot of bands in my life and played with other musicians, famous, infamous, and otherwise, but Rozz was totally captivating to that audience. So that's just an observation of somebody who was just sitting behind playing keyboards.
Very well said,
Anyway,
David.
thank you.
Yeah. So, before we wrap up, there's a few things we need to give. If you go behind the bar, Jenny, hello. Hi. Wave to everybody. I want to say, guys, Jenny reached out to me in October 2025 about coming out here, so this has been in the works for almost a year, and I thought this night would never come. I really didn't, so thank you, Jenny, for that. Thank everybody for supporting the event, for taking photos. Big thank you to David for coming out with Willie tonight. Actually, a big thank you to Ryan for putting this book together. Rozz and he promised each other that whoever would die first would have their book published by the other person. So, of course, when Rozz passed away, Ryan very dutifully fulfilled his promise to Rozz. And, of course, I'd be remiss if I didn't say, let's give a big hand for Rozz, okay? Keep the Holy Spirit. So give us just a couple minutes to get situated over at our merch tables, but we have one song that we want to play for you guys to bring the mood, level it out a little bit. So give us a minute to play that, and you know it, trust me, we do. Thank you all so much for coming out. I love being here in New York, I really do. This is the first time I've done an event here. You're all wonderful people, and I love you all. So thank you guys so much, and we'll see you around on the dance floor tonight.
I'll just tuck myself away tonight. You know it's been one of those days. Every pretty flower, every lovely flower, every deadly flower hides its life inside of shame. I do not know why you don't know. I cannot reap what you have sown beneath this blanket of loose soil wrapped around my mortal coil. Well, a stem is not a rose, but that's how my garden grows. Can't see the forest for the trees, mistaking poison for disease. Now it's all shot to hell and back again. I seek redemption for the same old sin, and I fall on my knees. I pray that all the poppies they will just fade away, but fields of
puppies they remain. And that's how they found me last time, dead. This is my favorite sad story. Forget me not, or I'll forget myself. I've got quite a few things that I'm afraid of. Sometimes I just won't face myself. This is my favorite sad story. Forget me not, or I'll forget myself. I guess I'll just tuck myself away tonight. You know it's been one of those days. Every pretty flower, every lovely flower, every deadly flower hides its life inside of the shade. I do not know why you don't know. I cannot reap what you have sown beneath this blanket of loose soil wrapped around my mortal coil. Irises lay in spring mud, where lovers drown each other's sorrows, where lovers dream about tomorrow. As for me, I drown another kind. Sadness runs course through my veins. Posies wreath, they crown me